Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 157 show. Once again, my name is Jonathan. Sitting over here is we're gonna call you Auburn Austin again. I mean,
Yeah,
y'all got a dub. So Auburn Austin is back. Before we dive right into this Week 8 preview, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, the like button, drop some comments below. We have a trivia question that you guys were asked to see if you could answer in the last video. So you want to ask it again and then give them the answer to that?
So we're gonna ask them now.
Ask them now.
And just reveal
At the
answer.
end of the video, we will give the answer.
All right, cool. So in the last video, the Week 7 review, I asked the viewers to tell me if they knew a trivia question. I asked Jonathan as well to see what we called the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. What's it called in football? Answer is going to be listed or said at the end of the episode.
End of the episode. Drop your comments below. You know, don't be cheating out there. Come on.
Don't say it's definitely not a Googleable question.
But don't be cheating out there, man. If you know it, you know it.
And like I told you off show, I think I've heard it.
Yeah.
In concept, I understand it makes sense. I just don't know if I've ever heard it referred to what it is.
I don't remember.
Yeah. You don't remember what I said?
No, I know what you said, but I'm saying I don't remember ever hearing it.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, diving right in now. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into this.
Yep.
Alabama plays Tennessee in the third Saturday of October.
Yeah.
I think if my memory serves me correctly, we're rolling on like 15 of these things in a
it's
row
on up
by
there. 2006,
Alabama.
I think, was the last loss.
See, this is going to be a solid game for Alabama. I truly believe that Tennessee has been on a tear running the ball. They put up almost 500 yards rushing against Missouri. I don't think that's going to happen against Alabama. I mean, we're pretty average on defense, but I don't think it's that average. But we still play with a solid standard. I could see us giving up some yards, but I don't see us giving up too crazy of a number like that.
Well, you know, I like hot takes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a hot take right now.
All right.
Tennessee is plus 25.
Yeah.
I think that they'll be within 25 points this weekend.
It's very possible.
If I was putting money on this game, I'd go Tennessee plus 25. Not because I don't know. I like to go on gut feelings. Right. I just feel like the gut feeling here is they're going to keep it at least within 3 scores.
This is the year that Alabama is susceptible to this kind of stuff, and I think it's very possible for that to happen.
Now, to be clear, I don't think that they will win the game. I think it's a very low possibility. But I would say against the spread, I would take Tennessee this weekend.
Now, here's my dilemma when saying this right here is in the Talking Vols show when I was guest appearance, I gave them a score prediction, and I believe I said 41-17, 44-17.
Yeah, when you were saying that, I was like, okay, I'm there, but I'm gonna give them a few more points.
Yeah,
or take some off Alabama, one of the two.
I'm gonna stick with that 44, 41, 17 kind of score. So I mean, we'll just have to see how it plays out. But Tennessee's been running the ball very well. I think this guy's name is Tyon Evans, I believe his name is. He's put up 6 touchdowns so far this season. But I think that's not just necessarily their star guy. I think they have a rotation,
and
a good solid rotation.
I think their quarterback is also injured, or possibly.
Maybe he's
Hooker.
It's Hooker is their top guy, but they've rotated some guys in and out.
Yeah, I think he's hurt though, or has something's going on.
Yeah,
go check out Talking Vols. He'll be able to point you on the right direction.
He will.
Shout out
to Boogie Bentley for allowing me to be on that show.
Yeah, but yeah, I was reading that day. I think that he's injured or may not play. I don't know exactly. It's just kind of a quick headline. Didn't really dive into the article, but
yeah, I mean Tennessee. They're recovering. I think this is probably their best. They hired the best guy, I believe, to turn them into an offensive team. So it's just I don't know, man. I think they're heading in the right direction. I don't think they're going to get the win this week. So Tennessee, I think, is definitely headed on the right track with Josh Heupel. He's a good coach, good solid hire. Defense is still a little susceptible. I think you see a lot of that with offensive coaches. Their defense is kind of bend but don't break. But I think that's offensive college football now. I mean, it's a bend but don't break defense, and that's outscore your opponent, but give up some yards in between.
Yeah, give up some yards, but once it gets down to that make or break point, in the red zone, you have to not break.
Right.
I mean, that's where it gets harder because those the running backs can't get the separation they're trying to get. You're playing closer. You're kind of packed in there, so it makes sense. I like kind of that mindset. It doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah.
It doesn't make your stat sheet look the greatest when Arkansas 460 yards, but it was a good game and the defense played well in that regard. So it's a weird concept. You have to really think about it and to see if you like that type of philosophy.
Right.
When it comes to defense.
I like to see, I like to see Bryce Young be able to continue to evolve and make the downfield passes that he needs to continue to make. I mean, I think he can do that. I think he builds more confidence when he can do that. So hopefully, it's something we can see.
Yeah.
And continue to just build up his demeanor, I guess. He has good, for sure. I think everyone that has watched Alabama football, he has good pocket presence. He keeps his eyes downfield. He moves around the pocket like, nobody I've ever freaking seen before. He can feel pressure and stuff. But he's still kind of working his way with the receivers on the deep balls. So it's just, I like to see him throw some deep balls, take some shots against Tennessee defense.
So since you talked about Tennessee's defense being kind of suspect and talking about how you want to see Bryce Young hit some deep balls, interesting. So Tennessee has the most tackles for loss in the SEC.
Really?
And their 2021 production has already exceeded their 2020 production.
Yep.
So more interceptions, more tackles for loss, and obviously if they're leading the SEC in tackles for loss, that's it speaks volumes. And I don't mind it.
One thing, now that you say that, it worries me a little bit because I don't think this Alabama offensive line is the best. We've seen it against Texas A&M. I mean, they can't necessarily, I won't want to say pass block, but they're struggling with some of the passes, pass blocking, and the run game is necessarily there, but we're kind of little yards at a time, 3 or 4 yards at a time.
Hey, that's the way I do it.
I mean, it works out, but when you want to put up points and put up points quickly, it's kind of hard to do that.
But I know we're getting off topic with this, but I'll say this real quickly. That's kind of like my philosophy, though. I want nickel and dime. I want to get these little chunk plays, like 4 or 5 yards, 3 to 4 yards, whatever it may be, and work your way downfield, whether it be passing
I used to be in
rush.
that same mindset. With Alabama, was content with running the ball, winning the game 21-0. You know what I mean?
I like that type of football, and that's kind of my philosophy when I play Madden and stuff.
Yeah, but that's the kind of football that Jeremy Pruitt, when he was at Tennessee, he tried to have, but he didn't necessarily have the defense to go along with that. If you're going to play that kind of football, you got to have a defense to stop these guys, these high-powered offenses.
Yeah,
it didn't work out for him, but. I mean, I think Josh Heupel was a good hire. He was probably one of the better coaches to be able to go up there and have an opportunity to turn it around.
It's a tough program, though.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, they have great facilities and stuff. And who doesn't want to play in a stadium that had over 100,000 people? You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah, who doesn't want to throw trash on the field?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, mustard bottles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying. I think Tennessee's on the right track. I don't think this is going to be the game for them to just magically turn around. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is the game.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that being said, there's not much to cover. I don't feel like with Tennessee. I could probably be eating crow next week. But I think Alabama's going to come in. They're going to dominate. Hopefully, this is a great win for them and going into the LSU game. Is that right? I think that's right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's pretty much all we got, man. I mean.
Let's talk about Auburn?
Oh, sorry.
Auburn.
Let's talk about Auburn's bye week.
You still have to do stuff in the bye week?
I'm so sorry. Let's talk about Auburn's bye week.
All right, man. So, we got to work on tackling.
Okay.
I want to work on, they better work on some pass coverage because they're going into Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And work on getting everyone rested, relaxed, recovered,
right,
and ready to go. So, with that being said, Owen Papo should be returning for the Ole Miss game this extra week. I think will help him. You didn't see him in the Arkansas game, which was fine because you had the bye week coming up. I agree with that statement. I like that.
Yeah.
And it's rumored that TD Moultrie will be back for the Texas A&M game. One interesting concept is that Auburn's off this week. And with that being said, Ole Miss is playing LSU. So I'm hoping that they're going to be able to watch them play, kind of compare the two, and get ready. Get some extra film on them, in essence.
Yeah. I mean, I think, bye weeks are critical for teams to be able to bring their people back and slowly work them back into. I mean, you got basically 2 weeks to get a team, especially the injured guys, get them back in the routine, the rotation, Let him build up trust back in whatever, if it was a knee, let him, hey, I can play on this knee.
Yeah, that's one thing that happened with TD Moultrie going out for the eligibility issue is what we're seeing and hearing. But you had Leoto from Northwestern. He came in this year as a transfer. He has really stepped up, and he's going to have a good game versus Ole Miss. I think he's really stepped up in the pass rush. So it's going to be curious how they split the reps there because he really stepped up in TD's absence.
Right.
So it's a short week. Auburn's going to work on some things, get recovered, ready to go, and go from there.
Good deal.
One final thing. Just remember this. Brian Harsin is the #1 coach by record in his first year tenure.
That's pretty solid.
5-2.
Pretty solid.
Yep.
So,
There's some that have 0 wins.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's it. That's it for me.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, guys, thank y'all for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like button, share it out to your friends and family. Let everybody know to come check us out, man. We're slowly going to implement some new content. We got some great things coming up. Some ideas we're tossing around and stuff. So hopefully we can get those going, get them rolling, get out some more content for you guys. Different stuff, different angles, stuff like that. Maybe dive into not just Auburn, Alabama, but what's going on around college football in general. But so we had a trivia question.
I'm glad you remembered that.
I do remember.
I'll
that.
let you give the
I told
answer.
you. No. That's all right.
No, you can. Yeah, no, you go.
No.
I'll ask it and you answer it.
I don't even want to. No, this is your trivia question. I'll have one for the next time.
All right, cool. So,
right.
previous video, earlier in the video, we asked what was what do we call the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half? If I could just ask that one time without thinking about it, I'd do really good.
Last 4 minutes of the first half. First four
half.
of the second half.
First 4 of second half.
All right.
The answer is the middle 8.
Middle 8.
Yep. So let me know
Tell me.
down below if you answered middle 8, good, and if you didn't, let me know what you think.
Yeah. Also, too, real quick shout out, Austin Carswell. Thank y'all so much.
I don't know if he wanted his name out there.
I'm throwing it out there. That's what his name is on YouTube.
All right.
I'm throwing it out there.
We're good.
Austin Carswell, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, you really helped us out there. That's a shout out to a listener in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yep. Thanks again. Make sure you guys tune in to the next week's video. So, roll Tide.
War Eagle.
Auburn, Alabama got some solid opponents this week. Auburn plays Ole Miss.
False. It's a bye week.
It's a bye week. I'm
Wait, you want to roll with it?
We're gonna cut. you fucked me up because you said you fuck.
This will go in the bloopers.
Yeah.
All right, so
No, we can't put the F.
we can beep it.
Maybe. All right, ready?
Yeah, where are we starting at?
Just
All right,
roll with it. Just roll with it.